Hey, what is up, guys? Flex Media here, bringing you yet another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So, as you can see, I actually did include my my character selection this time around, but we are in the 15th edition, or the 15th season, whatever you want to call it, of Dokkan Battlefield, the Dokkan Ultimate Clash. So this particular Dokkan Ultimate Clash is significant. Well, it's significant because basically for only one reason. So, well, for two reasons. Number one, you get your medals, right? You get your stones, you get all the... There's really nice rewards if you're able to complete this up to 3 times. So completing that third stage for the third time, you get an Elder Kai, so that's really clutch too, right? Not to mention all sorts of orbs, sleepy Kais, lots of awakening medals. Wow, Majin Vegeta with the one shot on Master Roshi. Not bad, not bad. But the other reason that this particular Dokkan Battlefield is significant is this is the very last one with these enemies. I mean, that's assuming that they don't bring back the same enemies, which I don't think they would do. We're basically going to completely plow through and annihilate this Dokkan Battlefield, as you can see in this video. Now, in this particular, right here, this Android 19 can be annoying because he absorbs Ki Blasts, and I believe what I end up doing is just straight up going with Super Fizz, because all of these extreme units, they all do blast attacks, and it's hella annoying. I mean, if you guys have run Battlefield, you guys know how annoying Android 19 can be. Now, he's not very strong, so I mean that's also something to consider as well. But just in general, that absorption is hella irritating. On my second run through, I got cute and I thought I could do it with my Extreme Fizz team. Yeah, had to retire because I couldn't do any damage to him. But anyway, guys, so you're gonna see. I'm a fairly I would say I'm a veteran player. You know, I've been playing for, I believe, over 2 years now, so I've got quite a box built up. But I always have to state this for those of you watching this video who are maybe brand new to Dokkan. If for whatever reason I'm the only Dokkan tuber you follow, or if I'm if I'm the first one you found or whatever, I just want you guys to know that this is what we call end game content. And this is meant, now that doesn't mean you don't try, okay? But end game content, essentially what it is it's meant for players who have basically a ton of UR and LR units, specifically TUR units, because you don't want to try to run this event without Dokkan Awakened units. I mean, you'll just get completely like dick smacks, I mean, quite frankly. I mean, especially like I feel like anyone can probably get past Roshi, and if you have the right units, you can get past Android 19. But once you start to get into the level 2 territory, see there, I forgot that Android 17 has a beam attack. But anyway, so once you get past like level 1 and get into level 2, the difficulty ramps up quite a bit, especially with that Great Saiyaman, who you will obviously see here in a few. But I always have to mention that because there is a new Dokkan player every single day. And again, if I'm the first one you found somehow, or what have you, I just need you to know that this is difficult stuff because you need a ton of units. You very well might not have even enough units to field like a full, let's just say like an Extreme STR team or an Extreme Tech team or something like that. You might not even have enough, so to yield 7, so anyway, guys, just something I always like to mention when I make these videos is like, don't feel too bad if you can't just blitz through this event, because even I mean, there was a video released a couple weeks ago when this came out on JP, and even the biggest whale in the game, man, shout out to Truth DT, but you even saw him lose on one of the stage 3 fights, and he's got a full rainbow box essentially. And even I definitely have lost on Dokkan Battlefield. And there's no shame in it, okay? So just want to you know, ease your mind a little bit. But moving on to like the veteran players. So maybe like maybe you haven't attempted this yourself yet. You know, and obviously I'm talking to people who have 112, you know, TUR units and, you know, that type of player who you've been playing for a while and you've been able to clear these in the past. I just want to, again, sort of putting your mind at ease. You should not have any trouble at all. If you can make it past Great Saiyan Man, you will for sure be able to clear this event. He is by far and away, the most challenging boss in the this entire round of Battlefield. Yeah, this season, you know, what is it? I think 10 through 15, right? He is for sure the most challenging. He can one-shot you, but on his normal attacks, he won't do any damage. So unless you have a unit that can, you know, like cut down damage by, like, you know, so for instance, like, like STR SS3 Vegeta, like he's a prime example, like someone, and actually he can stun there. I just picked him there. But he's a prime unit for this stage. Don't even worry about typing. You're going to be able to finish him off. You do need a couple units that can actually do decent damage, so make sure you have a couple units that are at the very least type advantage. So like I ended up, you know, so number one, when I was choosing my teams, for this, well, choosing this particular team for Great Saiyan Man, I probably went a little bit crazy on like the sealers and stunners and stuff. It's just like it's kind of crazy. Like, man, if you are caught off guard at all, you know, you're done. You know, and there goes one of your teams. And essentially, when you're not choosing a monotype to beat these stages, you know, you're really putting yourself at risk because you're taking units away from the other teams you could be running, you know? So, like, for instance, you know, I have, I think, so for instance, like, I usually choose LR Bardock. I think maybe I chose someone else this time around, but, you know, okay, so SS3 Vegeta, there he is right there. You know, he's obviously going to be amazing on any team you run him on, right? So, like, I mean, he just doesn't take damage. You know, for the first 10 turns. So like I'm taking him away from my STR team. So if you don't get the W, then your options really start to dwindle. You know what I mean? So, but as long as you have a good mix of stunners and sealers, and then just a couple units that can do some decent damage, you're going to be just fine. You know, and because there is one thing to consider is you can't have all just weak-ass sealers and stunners, which I run into a little bit here. Because number one, you know, it becomes very slow. Oh, hello, low battery. But as you can see, you actually get a limited number of charges. So those charges are just, you know, essentially like, you know, like units. You know what I mean? So like, this is a charge right here. So you're gonna, and I decided to do Roshi's big attack right there. That'll take off at least a couple health bars because that's a guaranteed crit and a 698% buff. It's crazy, right? But yeah, for sure, Great Saiyan Man, he's really the only one you got to worry about. Once you get on to level 3, you're in the clear because, you know, spoiler alert till the end of the video, if you haven't looked already, Kid Buu is the last boss you face, and he is STR type, which means you should be able to obliterate him with your mono AGL. If you have any decent mono AGL units, so I mean, just to name a couple, LR Kalen Caulifla, LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, LR Gohan, Evolution Blue Vegeta, Super Gogeta, LR Goku and Arale, even like, you know, like LR AGL Trunks. The list just goes on and on and on. The original SS4 Vegeta, I imagine a lot of you have him with several dupes, if not rainbowed. You're gonna be able to just blow him away. Now, there's a few things about Buu specifically that we do need to go over. For sure, Boo, I mean, he can definitely give you troubles, just not against a mono AGL. I mean, should be more than likely like your best team, mono team, or maybe like Super Tech. But he can heal, he can dodge, he can do multiple super attacks, so he can kind of just do like a little bit of everything. And I think, you know, I don't think he can have his attack and defense lowered. I could be mistaken, but I don't think he can. So, you know, units that, you know, really rely on that, you're probably not going to be, you know, like you wouldn't be, so for instance, like a lot of like the artificial life forms and androids and stuff who all lower their attack, might not be a good choice. But like, anyway, guys, Kid Buu is not going to give you any bit of trouble. Not this time anyway. So not really even a smooth way to transition into this. But actually, so you guys might have saw my latest summon video, and I actually did decide to kind of just nut up and go into the Heroes banner. And truthfully, I really only wanted like 2 or 3 units off of it. The main one being the Xeno SS3 Goku, who I actually did put on my Super SDR team, but I don't think I even got to use him because we just blew through I think it's Gotenks is STR in Stage 3. So I wanted him and the Vegeta too. Just that Goku just so happens to be like one of the better defensive units in the game. He's one of like the only units in the game who can like tank on Super Battle Road. Like he has that kind of defense, you know, and units like that are really, really nice to have, especially if you're trying to do, you know, like Super Battle Road's probably my favorite, you know, mode in the game. I love to run it. I'm so happy when they open it on the weekends. I wish they would just open that shit year round. I guess it's to give us something to look forward to, like during the big celebrations, because, you know, you guys know, like all the Dokkan events are open. Everything is open, right? All the story, you know, everything is open. So, but anyway, back to Super Battle Road in this SS3 Goku, man. He's just dominant. The Vegeta is good too. The Vegeta can hit like a Mack truck, right? Like I think he greatly raises his attack for 1 turn. So if you get him that additional, he just does like insane amounts of damage. And if you have a bunch of Dragon Ball Heroes category allies, he actually gets an increased crit chance. Now with Goku, so that's significant if you only pull 1 copy, right? Because, you know, you don't have to give him that much critical in the potential system. Well, if you pull no dupes, you don't have to worry about that. But you guys know what I mean. So if you pull a dupe, you really don't have to give him crit if you're running him on a Dragon Ball Heroes team. Now, if you plan on running him on Pure Saiyan, Super Saiyan 3, you know, maybe you want to give him a little bit of crit. But you guys understand. But yeah, so I wanted, and then the Goku, his counterpart, now he gets he gets 7% damage reduction per Dragon Ball Heroes category ally on the team. So he's getting 100% attack and defense, and then an additional 50% when he supers. And then he's also getting that damage reduction. And then also, he's got his guard active. So he's got 100% defense. He's got his guard permanently active, which is the same thing like Int Janemba has, which makes him so good. And then he gets damage reduction. It's kind of crazy, right? On a full Dragon Ball Heroes team, he's not going to be taking any damage. Or let's say even you just run him on a Pure Saiyan's team, and you have him, Vegeta, and Cumber. You know what I mean? I mean, there you go. You've got 21% damage reduction. So it's really, really good. I mean, he's amongst some of the tippy-top TURs in the game. I would say, undoubtedly, he's in the top 15, if not in the top 10. I mean, he's very close. If he's not in the top 10, he's like right there, you know. So he's very good. You know, he ranks amongst, you know, the top Dokkan Fest exclusives in the game. So anyway, I wanted those two. And then I also wanted the Supreme Kai of Time, a.k.a. the Supreme Opie of Time, a.k.a. Supreme Thickness of Time, you know, her Majesty Queen Thick, whatever you want to call her, man. You know, she's really, really good. So she is a very unique support unit. Specifically, I like her on the Realm of Gods team. Patara, I feel like you just kind of run out of space for her, but I mean, you can make room for her. I mean, she's worth. So let me go over kind of what she does. So she's at her core, she is a 3-key and 30% attack and defense to all allies on the team. So that's really, really good, right? And then she has a high chance, which I think is a 50% chance, of an additional 12% chance to crit for all of your units, and then an additional 12% attack and defense. So at her best, she's going to be 3-key and 42% attack and defense. That's insane, guys. That is nutty. I mean, that's a very, very good passive ability. Just that support type passive, it doesn't get any better. It really doesn't get any better. So, just be extremely happy and grateful that she if she decides to grace you with her presence, because she is super good. And then, I wanted few, just to kind of be able to run the category, and obviously, like, most importantly, to get that category bonus when I'm running those world mission events, right? That's super important, right, to have a few Dragon Ball Heroes units. Because I'll tell you what, guys, even with that bonus, some of those grinds can just be super tedious. Grinding 14 of all of those free-to-play units, and then grinding all of their medals, and they all awaken with the same medals. You definitely want to have a few Dragon Ball Heroes units on your team. So at the very least, you can get, well, I suppose if you wanted, you could have free-to-play AIMS or AMS, and then you could have his TUR, and then you could have Beat, and you could have the Great Saiyaman 4. So there's 4 units, and then you could have Cumber, and then his just SSR, the Evil Saiyan. So there you go. You got 6 units. I didn't even think about that. You really could have a full free-to-play Dragon Ball Heroes team. Just the way that they all have different names than their SSRs. So actually, that's kind of cool. I did not know that until I just thought about it now. So good job, Flex. So anyway, guys. So the Heroes banner. If you decide not to summon on it, I don't blame you. Oh, wait, one more thing. And also, I want a Golden Cooler. He's actually a very, very nice support unit. And to be quite honest, I just love seeing his sprite at the bottom of the screen before you attack. He's just so cool, right? Now, I didn't run him here. I think when I recorded this, I didn't yet have him. But anyway, guys, Golden Cooler was a big target of mine as well. So the other fusions units, I just could take or leave. They might get really, really good when they get their Dokkan Awakenings, but for now, I mean, they are what they are, They're good in their own right. Like Vegeks, he infinitely stacks defense. Gohanks, I think he seals, or does he lower attack and defense? I forget right off the top of my head, but the fusions units are good. They're just not great. They're not spectacular. So they will be good with their Dokkan Awakenings, rest assured. So if you pull them, don't despair. But anyway, guys, if you decided not to summon on the banner, that was probably smart. Because it was just confirmed. I forget which data miner confirmed it, but we will indeed be getting in future Gohan next up. So after the Heroes banner. So the Heroes banner, I believe, is going to go away on the 3rd of February. So happy birthday to my sister-in-law, by the way, February 3rd. So it would be, kind of assumed that either just a day or two before or like a day or two after. What might happen is we might get like a filler banner for like a day or two. I don't know. We'll probably be getting that 7 unit EZA, so maybe some kind of banner with them on it or something goofy. I don't know. But more than likely we'll be getting him on the 3rd of February. So from now until then, you have some time to save up some stones, especially if you haven't done stuff like Ultimate Clash and some of the story events and stuff like that. So And then not to mention the login bonuses. Right now, I think we're still getting 2 login bonuses, right? So we're getting the New Year's login bonus and the Dragon Ball Heroes login bonus. So that, that's clutch. So we're at least getting 2 or 3 stones minimum, bare minimum every day. That's including if you're not doing missions and stuff too. So obviously do those missions and it goes without saying, guys, if you haven't completed Boss Rush and stuff, if you haven't completed Legendary Goku can be completed. No item free to play. I mean, go watch Jay Fanta's video. I mean, it can be done. Anyone can do that event. You have to have units that stack defense. It's as simple as that. I think in an ideal world, you don't have to have all free-to-play units. I'm just simply making a point. You can use all free-to-play units. If you had no other choice, you could do it. And you can beat that event up to 7 times. Now, also something that needs to be mentioned, I'm pretty sure with this Int Future Gohan celebration, I think we got the updated missions on the Legendary Goku event. So that might be a good opportunity for some stones as well. So either spend them on Int Future Gohan, which I probably will do because I really, really want him. I want him so bad. I want him in a dupe. Like, I want him real bad. You can either do that or you save for STR Cooler, who is without question the undisputed champion of Dokkan when it comes to TURs. It just does not get any better than him. He's just so good. I cannot wait till he comes to Global. Super attack animations aside, which they are insane. They're so clean. But those aside, he's got some of the highest stats in the entire game. Again, for non-easy ATURs, it almost doesn't get any better. Well, it doesn't get any better than him when it comes to his passive and stuff. But that'll be for another video. I don't need to go over it here. But essentially, when he transforms, he's going to get his optimal transformation condition is 3 turns when you're up against a Pure Saiyan or Hybrid Saiyan, which I think is like 75% of the game. That's like real. Like, that's insane, right? So 75% of the time, you could say, you're going to be getting his transformation completely unrestricted just after 3 turns from the start of battle. So meaning, if he was on first rotation, the next time he comes around, you can transform him in his final form. And he greatly stacks attack. It's crazy, right? He's just crazy. And he's got good defense and stuff too. He's just overall just a really, really good unit. Really, he's an outstanding unit is what I should say. So, but enough of STR Cooler. That is for another video. Int Future Gohan is very, very good too, so do not sleep on him. Now, if they do nothing to his banner, I would definitely say banner is a big-time skip. However, I don't think Dokkan is silly enough to do that. Look what they did to the Piccolo banner. Them putting Namek Goku on that banner single-handedly changed people's opinion on whether or not you should summon on it, just because Namek Goku is so valuable to have. That Super Saiyan team, I mean, also just to be noted, like, that Super Saiyan team is so fun to use. You've got the fusions, you've got Gogeta. There's so many, good units on it that are just really, really fun to use. The Int Future Gohan is on it. Transforming Trunks. I mean, the list just goes on and on. It's so good. So anyway, yeah, the Namek Goku is insane, right? What I think they will probably do, and again, shout out to the one and only Homie Goresh. This was totally his idea, and I have a hard time sort of disproving it, or you know what I mean, going against it. It just makes total sense that they would put Tech Transforming Trunks on this banner. It seems to me that it's very likely at this point. If they keep the banner the exact same, I don't see a reason. Maybe you throw 1 or 2 multis at it, but it's not really going to benefit you to put a bunch of stones into this banner. Now, if you're a whale, I mean, whatever, whale out, go until you get Gohan or whatever it is. But so the original banner, so you had there's a new Tech Trunks, who's, he's very good, especially if you're up against an Android category enemy. And then you've got, like, Fizz Vegito, who I just kind of went on a bitch session about, but at the current time of this recording, he is the only leader for the Majin Buu saga. So, I mean, that's not a terrible pull. He hasn't been on a ton of banners lately. But, like, then you've got Hit. He was the 3rd unit on the banner. Now, remember, we just had Hit on the global side of the game. That's the one who I think they're going to replace. I just don't see them putting Hit on a banner, a Dokkan Fest banner in December, and then a month and a half later putting him back on a banner. You don't really see that anymore. I think they did that like one time only, and I think it was in Janemba like 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago now. So they don't really do that a whole lot. And then you've got Fizz Future Gohan, who is actually, especially next to Int, the new Int, the Int transforming Gohan, he's actually very good. And he's actually really good for the Legendary Goku event as well. So don't be too upset if you pull him, but you definitely want the Int Future Gohan as well if you do pull him. So I mentioned UI Goku again. He's just been on 100 banners. If you don't have him rainbowed, I imagine you have at the very least one copy of him. You probably have multiple dupes in him. He's been on so many damn banners. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting one unit, but it's not like the best banner in the world. It's not the best Dokkan Fest banner that we've ever had, by any means. So I think for most players, it's going to be a skip, again, unless they do this thing where they put on Tech Transforming Trunks. And then again, shouting out the homie Goresh again, he had mentioned in that one video he did, I think he released it I think it's been like a week or two now, that Zamasu will probably be on the Cooler banner. And again, it just really, the stars really align, right? Like the timing just seems right. Because they haven't been on a banner since their original release on Global. So, it's just one of those things, guys. So if you really, really want Int Gohan, go wild, whatever. But I think it might benefit you to save for Cooler. Cooler is just on the unquestioned leader. He's just unquestioned. His category is quite good as well. His banner is pretty good as well. So you'll have like Fizz Cooler, you'll have AGL Cooler. I think Transforming Frieza's. No, well, maybe they'll throw him on there. I don't think he was on the original banner. He's actually quite a good linking partner for the STR Cooler. But and then after that, we're gonna move into the. One thing to keep in mind is we will have more than likely a Saiyan Day celebration, which is March 18th. So shout out to me because that's my birthday. My birthday is on Saiyan Day. So it's just something that will always connect me to this game. So kind of cool, right? So we'll probably have a nice Saiyan Day unit. Now last year it was a Vegeta. I don't know what it'll be this year. I imagine probably a pure Saiyan. If I had to guess, I'd probably say it'd be a Saiyan unit on Saiyan Day. So we'll have that. And then we start to move into the territory where it's going to be getting close to our 5-year anniversary. So we'll have the Transforming SS2 banner, of course, the one that just left the JP side of the game. It's got the SS2 Angel Goku and the SS2 Vegeta that both transform. They're both really, really good cards. Even at no dupes, at 55%, they're both quite good. They both offer a lot. So if you really think about that, so we'll have, so that's 1, 2, we'll have some LR banners in there as well. I didn't mention those, but usually it's one Dokkan Fest banner a month. Usually. So it might, the average might equate out to a little bit more, but I mean, guys, that'll put us into May or June. And at that point, that'll be our slow period. And we'll be getting ready for the 5-year anniversary on Global. It's very, very exciting stuff. As you can see, we literally just, you know, just annihilated Kid Buu. It wasn't even funny. He didn't even stand a chance. So anyway, guys, that is the video. If you like Battlefield, go ahead and slap a like on this video. If you guys are hyped for any of the upcoming banners, let me know in the comments below. Consider subscribing if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later.